guys, welcome back to the WODdoc, Project 365, episode 352. Today what I want to talk about is a pelvic disorder that seems to pop up a bunch in the lifting community. It happens for a bunch of different reasons, but ultimately what happens is there becomes a twisting sensation or a twisting torque or twisting vector, okay, that will strain one of these two sides or both sides of the pelvis, resulting in some nasty feelings in these back nuggets of the low back here, that where if you stick your thumb into your back, you'll feel those little back nuggets. That's these things right here. To understand these, you have to understand the anatomy of the pelvis really quick. So, hopefully you guys can see this. Basically, the pelvis itself, if you look, is made of three bones, right? You have two bones that are on each side. They call these are iliac crest or iliums, right? And then you have this sacrum, which is this triangular piece bone in the back, if that makes sense, right? Now, these three bones kind of wedge together, and this creates like a keystone facing downwards, right? So this all becomes very stable and closed and compact. However, when we're in the lifting position, our torso is generally aligned in this kind of like bent over position. And that makes the pelvis vulnerable because it can fall in this direction. If it does that, okay, you could, if you lose bracing, stress one of these two ligaments or both in that case, right? However, since this is a ring, it generally doesn't stress one side, or generally doesn't stress both sides. It'll stress one side, and the pelvis will twist. Right? So it'll actually create a twisting. This one won't twist because it's made out of plastic. But the pelvis, imagine one side sliding forward and the other side sliding back in this twisting type of motion, right? When that happens, you'll get an irritation to one of these tendons or one of these ligaments because it'll be constantly irritated because it actually slips kind of malpositions out of place, right? To a certain degree. If this happens, there's a couple different ways that we can create a mobilization which will help reduce that slippage, okay? Let's just say, for instance, that this left side is the side that creates this slippage where it slips backwards. So that means that the right side is going to slide forward. Because this is a ring, whatever one side does, the other side will do the opposite of, right? So you have this side that for whatever reason starts to slide backwards, and this side will start to slide forwards. It really doesn't matter for this example because you can do this this correction I'm going to show you either way. One will make you feel better, one won't make you feel better. There's no harm in doing it the other way. It just, one will make you feel better, one won't, right? Anyway, what we want to try to do, if we're going back to this side that's the left side, is that one that's torqued down, is we're going to use a bridge technique in which we keep one leg straight, okay? We call this a PI bridge because this particular bone goes posterior and inferior as it rotates, okay? So we call it a PI bridge. The side that's PI, which is irrelevant for you guys, is the leg that we keep straight, okay? But hold on with me for just a second. Imagine that this side has twisted backwards. We're going to use the weight of our leg on this side, on this left side, to kind of help rotate this pelvis forward. At the same time, we're going to be contracting with our opposite side glute, this glute that's on this side, to help be doing the opposite. So this one's going to get pulled forward, right? And if I'm using the extensor muscles here, this one on this right side is going to get pulled backwards. So if the twisting is this way and this way, the correction would be the opposite, okay? Now let me show you what that looks like on an actual rehabilitation standpoint. Again, we're assuming that this side of my pelvis has twisted backwards, and this side, my right side of my pelvis, has twisted forwards. A normal glute bridge would just be our heels here, hands up on top, and we would drive straight forward. Now, if we want to replicate that anti-twist mechanism, we're going to straighten this left leg. So the weight of my left leg is kind of pulling, you can see, kind of pulling my pelvis down that way. Why I contract my right leg here, it kind of pulls my pelvis the opposite way, okay? So, it would look just like this. The left side, in this case, stays completely like a plane. The right side drives up like a normal bridge. Our arms are still right here. What we want to be able to see is that everything levers, okay, until these two legs stay straight. And then we lock down everything here. Come on back down, okay? our heel and our butt should hit at the same time because it should be like this, not like a camel's back, okay? So it's just here, lock down, squeeze, drive off the butt, boom, okay? And back down. That was a little bad. I lift my hip up a little bit. One last one, and drive, and down. That was a little bit better. So you can see how this side will want to twist forward, while this side, since I'm using the extensor muscles, will want to twist backwards. That's a great way in which we can try to do this, try to help eliminate this this anti-position or this rotational deformity that we might have got ourselves into when we stressed out our pelvis. Here's the thing that you guys should ask. What happens if using left side doesn't work because we don't know a mechanism to tell ourselves has one side worked or is it the left side or the right side? Just do both sides. One side will make you feel better, the other side won't, okay? So the first time you do it on the left side, see if it makes you feel better. If there was no change at all, you do it on the right side, see if it makes you feel better. If the right side made you feel better and the left side didn't, do only the right side. Guys, I hope this helps you out. Have a great weekend. Until tomorrow, we're optimizing function to optimize performance.